The first Yes Theory video was a video of how Thomas flew to India on a crazy DM request. It was a fun video to see how he stayed in a girl's house in Mumbai and all the stuff he did in Bandra on his own. That was years ago, and surely I went into the Yes Theory binge, a binge you cannot escape once you've been bitten. Once I had seen everything, I lost them to the YouTube rabbit hole, not to stumble across them for years until this video. And here I was again. Yet this time it was different. They had their own Seek Discomfort clothing line that was sponsoring them. They were sponsoring athletes. They were releasing a full feature documentary film. They had grown and expanded like crazy. Once again, I was bitten by the Yes Theory bug. And this time, the juices have run deep. Here are some of the videos and themes and moments and ideas of theirs that deeply resonate with me. Strangers. One of their core themes is that a stranger is a friend you haven't met, and they embody this theme like crazy, especially in their early days, be it swapping houses with strangers, flying strangers across the world, setting up insane dates with them, inviting strangers to their house, or taking them to a house or a mansion, or even to their own TEDx talk. This is one philosophy they live out like no other. The level of wholesomeness one feels on seeing the strangers being surprised and being spontaneous and saying yes is just insane. The fact that a lot of the strangers that they have met through these videos have become their lifelong friends is a prime example of how beautifully they live the values they deeply believe in. Seeking discomfort. The idea that life's greatest joys and deepest connections lie on the other side of facing your fears and discomfort and going out of your comfort zone is what them brought them together 7 years ago in 2015, and they live by it to this day. It is incredible to see how this message seeps into everything that they do. It is the name of their brand that is sponsoring them. It is their first full length feature film called Project Iceman, where an ordinary man is doing the Ironman triathlon in Antarctica, which is embodying the same theme. And when their community runs across the globe for a marathon, they run and share the discomforts that they will face in the year. They themselves started out with the adventurous discomforts of maybe jumping out of a plane or swimming with sharks or heli jumping. And as they evolved, they even faced the internal discomforts that come as a part of growing up. To see them evolve and see how discomfort means different things to different people at different times and always actively seeking it is truly inspirational. The thing that hits the most in almost all their videos is that you see the whole journey of how they start with seeking discomfort, the challenges they face, and finally that sense of deep aliveness and connection at the end of it. One's like, wow, they know what they're talking about. The importance of community. One of the most heartwarming things about them is that the community is at the forefront of all the work they do. They get their subscribers along on their adventures. They hitchhike across Europe with their subscribers. Their focus is always on connecting and deepening the community that they have built. And as Thomas mentions, no matter where they go in whichever country in the world, the Yes Theory community is always the most loving, open, supportive, and it is so freaking beautiful that they have been able to build a community, global community like this through YouTube. And last but not the least, the kindness and generosity of people across the world is just astonishing. The most powerful stories for me personally are the ones where Thomas has made in some of the most dangerous countries in the world, including Iraq, Afghanistan, Syria, Democratic Republic of the Congo. Earlier, when I thought of Iraq, this is what came to mind. When I thought of Afghanistan, this is what I had in mind. When I thought of Syria, this is what came to mind. Versus now. When I think of Iraq, I think of him. When I think of Afghanistan, I think of him. When I think of Syria, I think of her. Their storytelling has single handedly shifted my concept of entire nations. In Syria, the high school party that they unexpectedly stumble into, and seeing the contagious love and energy with which they welcome him, it gives me chills each time I watch it. In a recent trip to Kutch with my best friend, we ate with strangers in the train. A stranger sponsored our breakfast. We celebrated my
Happy
birthday with
birthday
strangers in a
to
park
you.
in Bhuj.
Happy
We sought discomfort by being two amateurs riding the scooty. We said an uncomfortable yes to the cook in our homestay, who went on to show us the most beautiful starry night in the farm.
you
And
are
lastly, we sang in
whenever
public at the Echo
I'm
Point on a hill fort
here
in
in
Bhuj.
my heart and
Upon reflection,
my heart
the trip
will
clearly showed me the
go
major shifts I
on
had had
and
in how I view strangers and unknown places and new people and new places. For this and everything that you are and do, the biggest thank you to you, Yes Theory.